How y'all doing out there, America, the world? We here with another episode of the Put to Bed podcast. You hear me?
Yay, back with another one. Diamond G in the building with my bro. We're not in the building because we separated, but we together
We still
at
in
the
the
same
building.
time.
Yeah, we still.
In the building, in the building. Right, right. Yeah. So, bro, what we talking about today? Because, like, I was thrown on some, and then I knew some. So we gonna just go right into it.
Yeah. We could jump right into it. I was scrolling through not only my phone but my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I came across this video, right, and it was speaking
Okay.
on the air and the where we fly. And she was saying basically we don't fly in the sky. Airplanes don't fly in the sky. Like we can't reach the sky. The sky is something you see but you don't. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how it's always been articulated though. Like that's why that metaphor people say they want to touch the sky. Like so how they can touch the sky? It's like it's something you see but you don't touch. And then that
Yeah.
made me think about it, and I'm like, nah. And then she mentioned some facts, a fact behind it, and she was like, Google it, go do your research. And so, me, I Googled it and I went and did my research. So what I seen was like, okay, so they say airplanes, if you look it up scientifically, you got 5 different spheres. So you got the troposphere. That's what we in right now. That's where mountains at. That's where planes fly. That's where hot air balloons and all of that. That's the rim in which they exist. Also within the same kind of rim that we exist. It's
Mm-hmm.
within that same. It's within that same space. And then you got, if I'm not mistaken, after that you got the stratosphere. So the stratosphere is after that. That's like the sky. The stratosphere is the sky. That's where like meteorites be at. Or meteorites, when you see them and stuff like that, that's what you see. That's where they at. That's like the stars and all that type of stuff like that. Like that's where they at. And then you got the mesosphere. You got the it's another one. And then the highest one that you can reach is like the exosphere. And the exosphere is where like spaceships and all that type of stuff go and exist in that realm of the sphere. It's facts behind the fact that we don't necessarily fly in the sky. So then I dig deeper than that, and it was more so like airplanes particularly. And
Mm-hmm.
when on an airplane, seeing like a couple of people that was experiencing, that was saying like that it was like a portal. It's being it so close to the stratosphere in that because right in there you got the ozone layer. The
Yeah.
ozone layer is in the stratosphere though, but we right at the airplanes can be right at that realm where they, as far as measuring like from the ozone layer out, you can be right in that rim of the troposphere and the stratosphere. So it is possible that those two can culminate some type of other energy to where you hear me go into different portals to
Mm-hmm.
say, and that's what it was, and that's what the whole topic of it was for me was well, are we going through portals when we flying on airplanes? Are we really? Because
Mm.
it's a feeling like you've been on airplanes. Sometimes it's scary,
Yeah.
sometimes you're anxious, sometimes, but it's always a feeling that you get. Whatever that feeling may be, it's a feeling you make it. Like me particularly, when I get on airplanes, I find like I write my best music and stuff like that. When I'm in the air, like I write.
Mm.
When I'm on an airplane, I ain't got nothing else to do. I ain't watching movies and none of that type of stuff. I write music. I write music that like I always do. Whenever I'm on the plane, I pick a beat somebody that producing it sent me maybe years ago, maybe months ago, maybe weeks ago, and I just
Right.
like, ooh, damn, why ain't there? Let me tap in on him. I pick a beat and I tap in on it, and that's what I do in it. But it's not. I find myself in a higher sense as far as like thinking elevation when I do stuff on planes. I done been in the plane since like my first time flying where I was nervous, and so I prayed and
Yeah.
I meditated during the flight in the beginning of the whole process when I was in the air, and it felt. I mean, to me, it felt at that time. It felt like okay, maybe it just felt like way more spiritual, way more inclined, way more like because I'm afraid, or I
Mm-hmm.
have some kind of fear, or I have some kind of feeling there to where it's that sense of urgency for me. But then as I'm looking at this new information, I'm thinking like, damn, I had to really think about it. Like, damn, I do process differently when I'm in the sky, and I always on every flight I'm on, like I fall asleep,
Yeah.
and it don't be like okay, I know I'm going to sleep, I'm getting ready to go to sleep, like I'm like it be within seconds, minutes. I have a hard time falling asleep anytime. Like I'm a night person, I'm a night owl. Even when I gotta get up 6, 7, 8 in the morning, I'm probably still up to
Mm-hmm.
1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's just
Same.
me. Yeah. That's you too. That's a lot of us though. That a lot of our siblings, like we night people. We know like
Yeah.
mom's a night owl, pops a night owl. Like pops ain't much of a night owl, but mom's a night owl. Pops are sometime night owl, but we all got that in us. I'll have a hard time falling asleep normally, but on airplanes, I seem to fall asleep particularly fast. And I was just really getting into that, just as far as like from the stuff I seen and the stuff I've been looking at. How do you feel like airplanes could possibly be portals? When we traveling on an airplane, we may go through a certain experience because if you look at it, like look at how many planes and disappeared, and not even like land, and not even like crashed, but
No,
disappeared,
disappeared.
disappeared. No findings of these planes, no findings of these people. That, like
Yeah.
it's a lot of shows and movies and stuff based on that, but though that be happening in real life.
No, it
It's
has.
several cases where it's happening in real life. The Malaysian flight, like it's several
Yeah.
different flights I can name.
You my opinion.
Yeah, are we going through portals when we
I
travel on
mean,
airplanes, or is it possible that we could be?
I let you take the lead on this because I'm already scared as hell to fly. So I don't need no other thinking because it take a lot for me to even cross that barrier. And then it take, like you said, you gonna fall asleep easily. I don't either at nighttime regularly in my bed. But on a flight, I'm up like this until I take something. So straight up, like allergy medication, a muscle relaxer, whatever, like to get the job done at that time, short time period where I
Yeah.
can be like you and be like this, because hell no, I be getting and or dope, like it's called dopamine, like most for most of sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gotta take something for me to be like knocked out. Otherwise, I'm looking at everybody just waiting for this shit to either be over or for something to happen.
Yeah.
That's it. So I mean, like you mentioned, like the Malaysia flight, that was what was the because I had looked into it. I watched the show on Netflix too. It's a show on Netflix, like a documentary, and it was called I think I don't know, 370. I know that it was the flight number. It was at MH370. So they was going over Malaysia, and it was like 200 plus people on that flight, and nothing was found but like a little wreckage, and the little wreckage did not amount to the flight and the people. Nothing. And they did a whole bunch of searches, like you said. They did a whole bunch of searches
Mm-hmm.
in the Indian Sea, like near where they thought the flight was or whatever, and they found some wreckage. And at that time, people was like, it looked like it was placed there because it's radios. I mean, radios and things on the plus flight ain't nothing found. So if you had that much of a power going into the sea, and whatever speed it is, and then it was also conspiracies and things going on that the pilot just basically did a suicide mission and took everybody with him.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on with it, but it was never no truth, no facts, really, besides this flight disappeared.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I do think that like something can happen. And then there's a show I watched from season one through to the end called Manifest.
Fast.
Exactly like that. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly like
Okay.
that. Where they went through and they went through a different dimension, but they also stayed like the same age or
Yeah, they
something
say the
like that.
same. Hey, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen manifest. I ain't see the whole thing, but I seen.
I watched this to the end, but it
I
was
got
it was
to tap back.
interesting.
Yeah, I got to tap back in on it. It was good. I
Yeah,
just was, how life be life, and I'll be into a show and something happened. I might be so it was one
right.
of them type
It's
of
it's
shows
a
where I
really
was.
good show, but it make you think, like you say, and of course it's gonna bring some drama and stuff to it because it's a show.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
like
Yeah,
it do make you think.
but no, all that most of the entertainment we see ain't just
Yeah,
entertainment.
no, it ain't. It's a message. It's a message.
Yeah,
You just
fact.
gotta get some of that message, or get whatever you can out of it, or actually get the message.
Yeah,
But it's messages and things for sure. But like just things like that, like that type of stuff you can't explain. If you can't explain it to me and give me facts on it, then I believe that there's another reason. So or it's
fact.
something going on. So definitely believe that there's I don't know about portals, but I mean something happens in the air. I don't want to think about it too much because then the bitch will never fly again. But I'm saying like something happens in the air for real because like that situation itself really messed me up. It was more than that
Yeah, I mean,
too.
it's a few different cases. It's places where like it's
Yeah.
cases where I can't think of none off the top, but I remember
Nah.
them doing hearing them like where it wasn't even no records found. Like plane
Mm-mm.
disappeared and nothing was
That's
not
it.
no traces of the plane. That's it. Them people gone, like the
Yeah.
plane gone. That's it. Like
Let me. I see.
that's that's
I think I
but
just
that's
looked it up
it's
on
put to
my.
bed for me though. That's
Yeah, I
I
just
just
looked it
wanted
up on my.
to drop that out there, sprinkle that out there on people, and
Yeah,
you feel me? Like I said, do your
it
own
was
research.
interesting. It was interesting. Do your own research on it, like bro said. It was interesting, but like I mean, you'll learn a lot about what happened and what you think may have happened for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's put a bet to me too, for sure.
All right. What you got on
But
your menu today?
moving on. I'm gonna do the moving on to the next topic. Living a double life, right? So I was just thinking about it because I was watching this show yesterday. I was locked in. Tamar Braxton on there. I really liked Tamar Braxton, but my mom's was like a fan, loved. I liked her music, but she was like irritating as hell.
Yeah.
But my mom like loved her. But this show make me get her look at a different perspective of her too. Like it give me more women support person and say the right stuff, even man support person, whatever that look like. Because it's basically exposing people for a double life.
Okay.
So it was like one situation where this dude, he was advertising advertising
Yeah.
shit, selling.
Oh, he advertised. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was his double life. But but his double life was, I'm advertising it, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for our relationship type shit. And
Yeah.
then there was another situation where he was faking an injury and shit. Like he was suing hella people. Like a whole bunch of them, like a whole bunch of like lawsuits. And he had to say he tore his Achilles, I think. And they get in there, pop, pop, and ball like a mother, they caught him. But it was
Damn.
also like she was doing everything, taking his shower, wiping his ass. She said, "I wiped your ass." I said, "Oh." So she took it to like he took it to a whole new level because like
Damn.
he acting like his injury and he wasn't even injured at all. And then another the last one I think I saw
He was
was
he, so he was faking the injury on his wife too, on his chick.
on his girlfriend and on the lawsuits. And like
Oh yeah,
it wasn't
he was
even.
he was seeing it all the way through.
He wasn't no look, but no turning back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No turning back. Now we gonna
Yeah.
keep the light
He in
alive.
it to win it.
Like Martin said, keep the light alive.
No, yeah. Hey, look,
But
I can't even be mad at him.
and when I say that was a definition to keep the light alive, because they had that he was saying every day he going to physical therapy, and she was sending him a ride share, bro, to the physical therapy. And then one
Dang,
day, like Tamar was like, "Now go in there and see if it's actual physical therapy." He was hooping.
that's crazy.
And then when they rolled up on him, he was in a hooping tournament. So it
He hooping. He out here balling.
so it was so hilarious, bro. Like it was so funny.
That's
But like
crazy.
catch that if you ain't watched it, catch that. And then
That,
the last one I think I seen was it was sad and effed up because she was acting like they big sister, like I'm your big sister, what's T? And that was actually their mama. Um, yeah, they didn't know. She was lied and said like, our mama dead. She found a picture online, had her daddy in it, they granddaddy. Like, oh no, it's our mama, it's our mama. And then they end up getting an investigation. So this lady was like, no, she died from blah blah blah. Never had no kids. Died
yeah,
before the damn girls was even alive. It's like, so she basically got pregnant at like 15 and 17
dang, that's
and
crazy.
had them. And then her daddy was like, she was like, no, I need some help. I ain't gonna be able to do it like that. He was like, she's like, I think I would be better, big sister. And she acted with their big sister or whatever. So they was doing the research, like to figure out what secret she had. They thought she was just had a sugar daddy and taking
Yeah,
care of her. And all that came out. And it was bad. But
dang. So
yeah.
the so the
So
to- so the whole premise of it is like, what? How do I feel about like people living a double life? Or
yeah,
what?
basically, like, how do you feel about living like people living double life? Like, what I learned from like watching the people lying to their partners, lying to their family, in a sense, not really wanting to see anybody else with the next person, so you want it all type of shit. So, like,
Yeah.
what do you feel? What you feel about that?
I feel like that's crazy. Some of them is crazy. It's, in the sense, see, when you had told me about it, I was thinking like in the sense of like cheating, like living a double life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you got this family, but then you got this family on the other side type of situation.
Right.
That's normally what I think of when I hear that, when I hear a person living. But in the sense like that, where like, damn, like this person doing something that's like
Yeah.
total left
Shady.
field, like somebody like you think they. It's like I get what you're saying. Like you think you might be thinking you with a lawyer and you with a
Yeah.
hitman type situation, like type not that extreme, but that's
Right.
crazy. I feel like people that can do that, it's a talent. I ain't trying to glorify it in the sense, but it's a
Look, look, because when I was watching, I was like, dang, I might have to ask bro how you feel about this because
yeah.
they lying, they don't like they lying and they also not living their truth at the same time.
Now
This
that's the
dude
part
was
that
out here
yeah,
just he was
yeah,
out here just gigoloing, you know what I'm saying, selling it, bro. Like they was together for 2 years. And he been
that's
doing this for
crazy.
a year. And the big thing about it is she was a skinny little chick, cute, skinny little chick. But
Yeah.
he wanted BBLs,
Oh yeah, okay. See, I feel like
black,
in the sense of
thick, and
like
beautiful.
if you do live in a double life, I feel like if you live in a double life and it's like it's something that's like you doing this where you not you might be lying to your partner, but at the
Yeah.
same time about what you're doing, or you might not even be mentioning it or keeping it or just mentioning it and bringing it up at
Hmm.
all. So you might not even be lying. You might just not.
Hmm.
It never came up. It's nothing that you discussed. It just is what it is. You need something you never told them. Now, in a
Right.
sense, if it's not anything that's disloyal to them or harming them or like something that you shouldn't be doing in a relationship, something that's like like I said, disloyal or infidelity and something like that.
Yeah.
If it's justified, then I get it. Like in a sense, like okay, you might be doing something to get some money
Yeah.
that you don't necessarily want your partner to know because you might feel ashamed or you might be fearing a judgment. Like you might be hustling, you might be trapping.
But what if she's selling
But your
it?
partner don't know. No, that's something. That's what I'm saying. And them saying cases like that, like if it's you doing something that's disloyalty. If you're doing something
Yeah.
disloyal to your
Yeah.
partner, you fucking somebody else, you having sex with other people, and you doing all that type of stuff behind your partner back. Whether it is to get money, then that no, I'm talking about like something that's whack. You're not living
Yeah.
your
It depends.
truth. You
Okay.
lying.
Okay.
That's not it. But if like I'm saying something like okay, a person might be you might be in a relationship with a dude whole time he's selling drugs. A whole
Yeah.
time he's scamming. Whole time he finessing. Whole time he robbing people. Whole time he stealing. He got an enterprise going on something that's not necessarily legal, but he making money
Right.
of it, making money out of it, and it's an ends to a means. But he might feel like you might judge him, or she might feel like you might judge her from what she's
Hmm.
doing, and this might be a primary factor why you mess with them because you think they got a lot of
Yeah.
money, you think they got it all together, you think and they might be doing this, but then the whole time they doing that. Now, in that sense, it's like if I and that depending on what it is, it's something that's forgivable to me. I could be like, okay, yeah, I see why. Okay, but you could have just kept it 100 with me, and we could have been all good type situation. Versus if it's like you out there prostituting or you selling it or doing
Yeah.
something like that, and then you expect me to be like, okay, it's all cool. Like it's different. If it's nothing, if it's not a disloyal act, besides the
Hmm.
fact that you didn't tell me about it, then I could see it being justified. Other than that, like if it's something like that, that you doing something infidelity, then but
So
I mean, I get in a sense why people would do it. I'm the type of person I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. You gonna
right.
know
Me too.
eventually. You gonna know the whole me, especially if we together. Especially if I want to invite you into my life, you gonna know who.
Right. But like, so do you feel like it can lead to violence, a double life?
Definitely.
Living a double life?
Definitely. I mean, like I said, anytime when you tipping along that line of lying, betrayal,
Yeah.
deceit,
Yeah. Those are
cheating,
words.
infidelity. Anytime you teetering on that line with people, yeah, it can get very emotional. And
Yeah.
in them senses, people have reactions, like not justifying or saying that whether it's good or bad reaction, but people have reactions, and people do the
Yeah.
wrong
They do.
things in them type of situations sometimes. So it definitely can lead to violence. It's definitely something that you gotta just like cheat. It's just like cheating. It
It
can lead to
is.
it can
Can
lead
be.
to yeah, it can lead to emotional responses from people.
Yeah. It can. Like, I agree. I agree. Like, I mean, so like you said, it's okay in a sense to make your money if you're doing it the right way. But you
Yeah,
also got to tell your partner what's up. Like, because it could be a collective thing. You know what I'm saying? You might need somebody to watch your back.
facts. You might be
You
able
know,
to help me. Yeah.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. But like the thing is, it's the honesty of it all, like in the deceit. So that makes a big ass difference in how you gonna play it forward. And
Huge.
what's gonna happen after that? Person find out for real.
See, and a lot of times, like if it's something like I said like that, it might be something like, okay, picture like you dealing with a dude.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put it to bed with this for me, but I just want to throw an example out there for people to think like, no, he tripping. Ain't no way you can forgive somebody for dealing with a double life, not having a double life. Okay,
Okay.
now say you might have a family trust when your family rich or your family set, but you don't
Mm.
know this person in love yet. You still getting to know them, and you don't want them to fall in love with you for your money. You don't want them to
Right.
love you or like you or attach themselves to you for all the wrong reasons. So you may be set, and it may be all legit, but you might be
Yeah.
living a double life, telling when you meet women or have friends or anybody when you meet people and giving them this different persona that you on the same level as they are, just so that you could see if they really solid and if they gonna like you for genuinely being you versus coming out the gate with oh yeah I come from a rich family and we set and this and that and the third. So I see where sometimes living a double life and yeah I get it in some sense, but it's put to
In
bed
some sense, yeah, I
in
agree.
that
It's
like in that type of sense because that's still living a double life, but at the same time like something like that.
protection.
Yeah, something like that is protection. I'm not doing nothing to hurt you. I'm not harming you. But I'm protecting myself and I'm protecting,
Yeah.
you feel me, by my energy in a rightful way. That's justified type for me, fully justified for in
Yeah.
situations like that. But other than that, like I said, this low any of that. But just put the bed for me.
I agree. I feel like some things can be justified with it. It's the word double life that make it look like, oh, you lying
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
But there is other situations that make it make sense in a sense. Situations that I saw on TV though, hell nah. Them girls was 21, 22 years old. Like, you don't be lying to them that long. They broke down on that show. But
Yeah,
like, I think you don't take people's choice away. You gotta really
facts.
make sure you be real and not take people's choice away, because it can get real messy, real violent, real quick. And speaking of that, just going into our next what part of our tonight
Yeah,
is our hot topics. So that can go into like not double life, but to a point of, is it worth losing everything? This particular situation happened in the mill. So I will bro play the video and then we'll go into our thoughts.
yeah. Let's take a look at it.
Tell our Bria Jones it was her teen brother who pulled the trigger. Bria joins us from the newsroom tonight with the story that's new at 10. Good evening, Kim and Ted. The family of 30-year-old Ashley Hudson says she was involved in a heated argument with her siblings when her 15-year-old brother shot and killed her. Tonight, Hudson's uncle tells me three of her siblings and her mother are all in police custody. Hudson says the siblings all suffer with behavior and mental health issues. I feel like I lost my whole family tonight. A family torn apart by violence. The tragedy captured on Facebook Live. Ooh, he popped. Oh, he just shot dude right there. I hate that it happened on Facebook Live. That's something very, that's what really just, devastated me the most, to see my own nephews and nieces. Milwaukee police say 30-year-old Ashley Hudson, a mother of four, was shot and killed Monday night at the intersection of MLK and the Lee. Family says her 15-year-old brother and two sisters, ages 16 and 21, were all arrested. Anthony Hudson is their uncle. At this point, do you know who shot and killed Ashley? See, I don't want to believe it, but I kind of want to say it was my nephew. My baby sister called me and said they killed Ashley. Video shows people speeding away after the shooting, but Hudson says what's not shown is his nephew returning to the scene. He said it was an accident. He didn't mean to do it, and he just aimed it. He says his sister, Ashley's mother, stayed by her side after the shooting and is still in police custody. I used to always tell him to stop doing, stop doing this. And my sister, she loved her kids so much. Like I said, I know for sure she did not expect that and did not ever want nothing like that to happen. Dealing with the unexpected, Hudson is selling this car to pay for Ashley's funeral as the family seeks understanding. Ashley's gone. I can't bring her back and see our children. So yeah, bro. So basically, we have a family, a generational thing that's been going on. Because it's doing some research on it. This young lady has been dealing with this for a minute with her family. Her mom and her sister in particular, her mom and her 21-year-old sister, she had restraining orders for years, since at least 23. Saying that she's going to kill me, take me off this earth, talking about her mom. I don't know. It's just a lot that's out there. It's the same sense of, she provided the gun to the 15-year-old. I found it interesting that the uncle made it a point to say some things about the nephew and the mom, basically about how she cares about her kids and things like that. Certain things, just in the social work world, you say because you need to say it. But when it first came out, it was mom brought him over there. And they all came to, well, mom came in a separate car, but they all basically came together. They've been feuding for years. And this is not the first time she's been threatened by her mom, her sister, or her other siblings, her younger siblings. Now, just in my thought process is like, you got a 15-year-old boy, 16-year-old girl who has mental health and behavior issues, which could look like anything. That can look like ADHD. So they make it, it could be look like ADHD for real. And then the 21-year-old, they're very impressionable. Not saying that's an excuse, but my mom ain't feeling me. Like, in one of the reports I read was she followed me for some blocks saying she was gonna kill me. This is her mom. So like, some of this stuff's been going on for a minute. We only see the ending part because now she is not here. So me and you have talked about like how family has changed the dynamics and things over the years. I just wanted to get your view on it.
Yeah, that's disgusting to me. That's disgusting to see. To be honest, like that's the first word and thought that
Hmm.
comes to my head is that's disgusting. Like
Hmm. I agree.
to where It's nothing my child could do to where I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
be hawking them down like they an enemy or like they somebody that like an enemy. Like there's no other way.
It's an
I'm
enemy.
not gonna be hawking them down like they're an enemy or treating them like as such.
Yeah,
Or I mean any type of stuff like that. Like that there's no I can't fathom it. It's nothing my child can do unless you didn't try to kill
nothing.
me. And where it's like, dang, you do a threat to my life.
Right.
It's nothing else you can do. Even then I'm a still like, damn, like I'm gonna be more hurt than vengeance. It's
Anything.
like I don't see it. I don't get it. And to let it get to that point,
Right.
I gotta put that on the parenting. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's on the parenting. Like you gotta be able to. There's no way you should be
Absolutely.
nurturing your children differently. There's no way you should let any of that happen. There's no way I'm riding to go get on to the. There's no way I'm riding with nobody who got animosity to no place to go hop on my daughter ass like that.
My other children.
My other children like that ain't happen. I'm not even finna condone that as a sibling. I'm definitely not finna condone
Yeah,
that in the parent. Like that's really as much as I can say for it. It's a sad situation where when we
it's very sad.
community and this family where you can get to that point. And I get it where people say, "Oh yeah, if all your family ain't your family and they you just born into it."
Right.
And I get like not messing with certain family, but I'm gonna leave you alone before it get to that. Like I'm not gonna mess with you
Right.
at all before I want to try to come kill you. Like that's it's and if it's like I said, if you didn't try to kill me or something like that, then that's it. But
Right. It's different.
and even if from a child sibling aspect though, like
Yeah.
immediate like family, immediate family, like nah.
Off limits.
That's off limits. Even if you was my extended immediate family, like, where you may be that cousin that's like my brother, or you may be that
Yeah.
friend that's off, or you might be that homie that I've been knowing forever that's like my cousin, that's like my brother. Like, nah, it's nah, you family.
Off limits.
I'm gonna stop messing with you before I can dare harm you. Like that's not it.
Absolutely.
But that's it. Put to bed for me in that sense. Like that
I
video
just got
was wild.
one thing to
Situation
say.
was
Like, right, it's wild as hell. I'm sorry to cut you off.
wild.
I only got one thing to say is I feel like it never, like you said, should never, ever, ever have gotten that far to
No.
the point where y'all hunting her down. That's what that was. That was a hunt down. And then
Yeah.
somebody just happened to catch it, which I don't understand that part either. That's a whole other subject while we posting everything on social media, but like whatever. But in a sense, I'm happy somebody did catch it because if somebody didn't catch
Yeah.
it, we wouldn't have known probably it was her own fam. But as a mother, I'm never gonna let my kids beef like that. You know what I'm saying? To
No.
that point where
No.
y'all wanna hurt each other like and fight and like I'm
No.
stepping in. I'm stepping in because it's a point where it's a level of you must have some feelings towards your own child where you don't give a damn what happens
Yeah.
to her at this
You don't
point.
get
That's
down
what
what
that
happened to
looks
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, and all
That's
the
all that is.
premeditated stuff. But I'm not even saying premeditated because I don't know the mother nature, but it seemed premeditated. But all the
Yeah,
nature and all the stuff prior to that, like yeah, you definitely have something to get your own child. Whether it been
absolutely.
jealousy, whether it been any type of thing. Because
Yeah.
I seen some of the stuff that you seen, and I seen the young
Mm-mm.
lady, and she wasn't no ugly woman and stuff like that. So it could have been
Mm-mm.
whatever with the fact of jealousy or whatever she was
Right.
having with her like that. But that's crazy to be jealous of your own child.
Right.
Like because your child come out, if you feel like better than you, that should be an accomplishment. It shouldn't be nothing that you're
Exactly.
jealous about. I created something that's more
That's better
beautiful.
than me.
That's more beautiful than me. That's better than me. That's greater than me. That's the whole point of having kids. Like
Exactly.
I'm trying to create and keep our bloodline going stronger and stronger. It's not for me to
Yeah.
be envious of your strengths or envious of the gifts that God chose to give
The
you
God's
through me.
game. Yeah.
No, I'm supposed to be the one to help you nurture them. I'm supposed to be the one to help you
Hmm.
prosper through them, to help you get. You mean what we doing?
Right. What we doing? That's when I saw that. I was like, "What we doing?
What are
We
yeah?
getting that grimy? We getting
What
that
are we
grimy?
doing?
That's grimy as a bitch. I'm sorry. I don't even. Excuse
Yeah.
my language. That's grimy as a bitch because like you don't go that far. That far. That's ridiculous. But I feel like it was a sad situation. I just wanted to put it out there. Rest in peace. To the young lady who lost her life to people who supposed to love and protect her. Go out there and read it on upon yourself. Get donate it if you can, and then also dad's side of the family, which is her siblings on that side, are speaking out a lot, and they are saying like this has been going on for a minute, and
Yeah.
she's been speaking out for help for a minute. So
That's
it's
right.
sad,
Rest in
but
peace, Carter.
sometimes if somebody say something they need help, sometimes we gotta listen and see what that help look
Yeah.
like.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts. But like,
but yeah.
everybody ain't crying wolf.
Right, that part. But yeah, speaking of the next hot topic, you want me to just drop it, or you want to drop
I
it?
mean,
Cause
honestly, due to the time that we already at,
yeah,
we could save it for 'em for the next time if
we
because
can.
we already at like 30 something,
All
so we
right,
can
so let's
save
do
it for 'em
that.
for the next time because I wanted to get the just like everything that we discussed, I wanted to get the air that it deserves and the time without feeling like rushed or restrained to really to talk on it, because it's different with people. We got to respect the situations of the people that's no longer here. I don't want to. We ain't them type of platforms where where we just talk about. I mean, we want to give it the space and the respect that it deserves due to people who have or may lost their lives or situations in the tragic events. Like, because we didn't got to a point, not to get off topic, but as a whole, as a community, not saying me and you, but as a whole and as people, we have got to the point where we just so desensitized to violence, so desensitized to killing each other, so desensitized to everything in that nature, where it's like people profit off of it and don't care. Some people don't even be recording it to do it to make sure that person or that victim or that innocent person or that whoever it was get any kind of justice. Don't even record it to make sure that person get justice. And I ain't saying all people, but a lot of people just recording it so they can post it.
Right. And that's what it is. A lot of people like just put it out there for exposure for themselves.
Yeah,
So
for
their numbers
themselves.
go
Like they're
up.
trying to
You know what
bring
I'm
views
saying?
and stuff to their platform. They're trying to bring views. Like that's wild. Like this is somebody's family member. Like if this was your child or your sibling or your brother or your cousin, your mama, your auntie, whoever it may be. Like you wouldn't want somebody that you don't even know, that y'all don't even, that ain't even just unless they doing it to get them that your family justice. Like just posting the death of your loved ones and then they getting seen on social media. Like, man, that's wild. And then
It's
even
wild.
like the whole thing is everything is watching me. Like in this sense, I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad it led to that person posting it and it led to some kind of justice done in the situation.
Absolutely.
But we gotta
I
just
hope the motive was what it was supposed to be.
exactly
Because like you said, we gotta respect lives. We have been desensitized, numb to death and killing, and got so used to just seeing it. And it's okay. And it's not okay. For real.
facts.
It's not okay. It's for us to be able to, express those condolences when we need to and let people know we sorry because that person's no longer here and you don't know when it's gonna be your people. So we gotta really respect that for
Respect
real.
that for real, because you want the same respect if it was your people. I won't want the same respect for my people, so I'm gonna get that same respect when it's somebody else. And
Absolutely.
that's just how we was raised. That's just how we that's just how we cut.
Cut right straight up. And I mentioned this story because she is from Milwaukee. She's from a place where, I got people, we got people, so we know people, you know what I'm saying, here. So we were trying to respect. Her name was Ashley Hudson. So if you know anybody related to that young lady, give her condolences to her family for us. And yeah, we gotta respect that.
Facts.
So, in that sense, I think that's put to bed for me, dog.
Yeah, it's about put to bed for me. It's been a wild ride. We might have passed through a couple portals on the way here, but we here.
Hey, you ain't never trying to see me again. I gotta fly to get to you, bruh. Nah, nah, but in the most sense, we'll take a second just to for those who who we have lost, we can keep it moving after that.
Facts.
All right, broski. Yes, sir. So another one cut for the night.
Yeah,
We'll see y'all next time.
blood. See y'all next time, man. What you got to say to him? What you got for the people tonight?
I mean, all I got to say is, I want to say my saying, get back. If you fall, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. And if you see somebody else fall, pick them up, see if they okay, and then dust her off, him off, and y'all keep it moving together. Pick that next person up.
Facts. Facts. Y'all know what I say, man, every night, man. Look, rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind, don't rest your spirit, don't rest your soul, don't rest your ambition, man. What we doing out here?
Hey, what we doing out here, man? Right. Accents and stuff coming out. All right. Hey.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison, it's a trap. And why the hell you think they called it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back. Fell out with my dog, I ain't feel the need to call him back. Talking greasy, making me think words and swallow all of that. All of that trauma got me screaming till my voice failed. Injured Trey Young when they talk the way they point failed. Rob died, but I still listen to his voicemail. Rapping on the cruise the way I'm about to make my voice sail. Memoirs of a